In the customer service space, imagine your competitor taking 40% of their capacity from doing manual admin work to now building relationships, upsell, cross-sell, being trusted advisor. You're going to be outcompeted.
So one thing, Nikita, that I've been discussing with you for a while is this fact that sort of we are entering a stage for enterprises, and we are talking right now about this redefining possibilities. In the past, we were implementing a lot of different software to increase sort of better decision making, partly also, of course, efficiency and so on, but also very much for sort of standardizing processes and so on. This new wave of software is also completely redefining how you think about buying software. That's what we see from our customers, right? In the past, you were sort of like, oh, if you paid like 200K a year for a piece of software or 500, that was like, oof, that's a big cost, big business case and so on. We all see the e-commerce solutions, right? They never really had a business case attached because it was just something you used to do. If we're looking at sort of the new wave that is coming now, it is not so much like this incremental improvement, it's like 10x improvements and efficiencies and cost savings and so on you will get. That is also redefining sort of how you should think about the cost of implementing solutions, right? Because it's like digital workforce versus doing it fully manual. What is your thoughts about that one?
Yeah, I think it's also you need to take into consideration the opportunity cost. If you don't do it,
exactly
what those people are going to continue doing versus not doing. What is that you're preventing them to do, how they can generate value, what additional, in the e-commerce space, what kind of additional relationships they can create, what is the lost revenue in that space. And that is, of course, not a cost-cutting exercise. It is a strategic movement to digitize the workforce.
Yeah, and it's we are now talking about, it's much more clear, it's much more 0-1 in a way around if you don't do it, there will most likely be a year or two where you don't feel it. When then suddenly you will feel that the entire industry that you're in, the ones that did it, they will not just accelerate slightly, they will take off compared to you, right?
In the customer service space, imagine your competitor taking 40% of their capacity from doing manual admin work to now building relationships, upsell, cross-sell, being trusted advisor. You're going to be outcompeted.
How is the mindset around digitizing your company, your workforce and so on, how is that different now than it was just maybe a year ago or maybe even a few months ago?
I think overall, the approach to efficiency gains in the organizations has changed dramatically. Over the last decades, it was all around some data capture and process automation. But that only takes 30, maybe 50% of their time spent. You have this enormous workforce because they're doing business decisions. Myriads of business decisions every day. And that digitizing decision making is a huge unlock. And that is what we see in the market today.
Yeah, it's interesting when we have this conversations with both our customers but also companies that we are in dialogue with, right? I think that element is not very well understood. That's like, because you literally, it's hard to wrap your head around that software now is mimicking those quite complex and convoluted decision flows that you are working with today. So it's like things that you thought were, what can you say, this tacit knowledge that essentially were something you accomplished by having years of training of people and building up those experts that could teach the knowledge on to the new colleagues and build them up over the years and so on. And what we're seeing now from our point of view, right, it is that you essentially, this software that we come with, for example, right, which is just one out of many of the new types of software, right, you are essentially from day one getting in a very accomplished employee that if not even being the expert on day one will be it within a month or two. and that completely redefines what's possible, right? That you sort of have been used to maybe seeing 10% efficiency gains by redefining a workflow or process, and now suddenly you're seeing like 40-50%.
Yeah, I hear across our customers there's a new term being coined, like scaling excellence, taking all of the knowledge of the best employee and scale that across the organization.